What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So, Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean President Kim Jong-un are becoming best of buddies. And they sat there for 6 days, I don't know, having tea and crumpets, plotting world domination. Yeah, on their his 6 day trip. And on the way out, Vladimir Putin gave North Korean President Kim Jong-un some parting gifts. As North Korean President Kim Jong-un heads back to North Korea after the 6 day Russian trip, his parting gifts were a bulletproof vest and drones as he leaves Russia. So it looks like maybe Vladimir Putin wasn't even sure if he was going to make it out of Russia alive. And I don't know, I guess he had to wear a bulletproof vest to even get out of there. Because I'm sure he has bulletproof vests back in North Korea. But I guess he would have needed a bulletproof vest just to even get out of Russia alive. You guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Yeah, imagine Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin just sitting there eating some tea and crumpets for 6 days, plotting their world domination and their common enemy, the United States and NATO. Kim Jong-un met with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss a potential arms deal, though they're telling us no agreement has been signed yet. I don't believe that. Over 6 days, I'm sure they have agreements. Before Kim Jong-un departed on his armored train, a regional Russian governor gifted him with 5 explosive kamikaze drones, to carry with him on this train. I guess in case he set them off accidentally. A reconnaissance drone, and a bulletproof vest, according to Russian state media. Yeah. North Korean state agency described the trip as fervent and warm, meeting between the two countries. Russia is believed to be interested in an arms deal to refill its slimming supply of arms and its invasion of Ukraine as it continues. Meanwhile, the U.S. sends major threats to North Korea and Russia if there is an arms deal, and says the country will, quote, pay a price. But North Korea and Russia just laughs it off and says, well, we just made a 6-day trip. We really don't care. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan made comments during a press briefing on Tuesday, responding to reports that North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin would meet in person, which they did. This is not, Jake Sullivan said, quote, this is not going to reflect well on North Korea, and they will pay a price for this in the international community. We will continue to call on North Korea to abide by its public commitments not to supply weapons to Russia that will end up killing Ukrainians. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. This comes just a few days after North Korea simulated a massive scorched earth nuclear attack on South Korea. So I actually did a video on this. I'll link you to it. So again, North Korea basically simulating a nuclear attack on South Korea, obliterating the entire country with nuclear warheads, let alone caring about supplying ammunition to Russia. In this case, you can kind of tell that North Korea and Russia are basically saying, I don't care. I don't GAF. Yeah. As you can see, we are moving closer and closer to dire circumstances, particularly with North Korea and Russia. If you just watched my previous video, I'll link you to that video here as well. Russia just basically said that with this deal with North Korea and Russia, that Russia could actually use North Korea in multiple different ways. They're actually just literally saying they could use North Korea as pawns in this war, and it really reminds me of World War II, and how they're starting to try to gain allies in a Axis versus allies World War II, World War III type of situation here. We're starting to see Russia starting to say that they could use North Korean troops as mercenary type of men. They call them volunteers. I don't think anybody's going to go and really volunteer for free. I mean, let's be honest here. They're going to be paid, which is, again, a mercenary. And so they're potentially looking for mercenary men from North Korea to come and do a job and then leave. And they actually talk about how great that would be. Also, how North Korea could attack the United States, and in doing so, Russia's hands would be clean and that Russia wouldn't be blamed for it. It's quite a interesting yet shocking point of view, and I don't know if the world would see it this way. First of all, Russia's blatantly said it on Russian state TV, which is government controlled. But also, it's not exactly like if North Korea attacked the United States, Russia would exactly be exempt from a war. I mean, think about if something like this were to happen. North Korea actually attacks the United States. We're looking at major serious World War III type of situation here. Now, North Korea isn't exactly a major serious adversary war foe for us, except for the nukes. That is where the problems would be. The other thing you got to consider, we don't really even want to be involved in a warlike situation with that. The other thing you also got to consider is that the US has already stated we're already low on ammo. This year and a half of supplying Ukraine with ammo, albeit we're using our reserves, we're using our old ammo. Now we're even using our old cluster bombs, which we have so much of. And that's part of the reason why we're actually using that. And it's frowned upon. It's actually even illegal in some countries. We actually started supplying that because Russia was using it. Again, the reason is because some of it comes out and it doesn't explode, and then it's kind of found later and may explode. It's not really the best, and Russia has been using it as well. That's obviously another issue. Is the problem with this is that there's an ammo shortage on both sides. A lot of people don't believe it, but there's an ammo shortage, and the US needs to be producing more ammo double time. Even Russia has come out and said that they have an ammo shortage as well. This is why they're seeking more. They actually said this here in their news coverage that I just showed here. This is what you don't hear this stuff on mainstream TV. This is why a lot of more people are starting to tune in to channels like mine, because we cover some of this stuff and actually show Russian state TV news coverage. Because you don't hear this stuff everywhere else. Russian state TV is actually saying that they have an ammo shortage because they're just going through it so fast. Okay, even with them producing what they're producing there in Russia, they're now seeking some ammo from North Korea because despite what they're producing, the North Korean ammo would help. It's just a reality thing. And don't forget, Ukraine's actually getting ammo from all of Europe as well. But the US needs to be like double time, triple time producing ammo because heaven forbid the US actually gets drawn into some type of altercation, or if China takes over Taiwan or there's an altercation there, Taiwan actually is or wants to buy more ammo and supplies from the US as well. We need to be supplying stuff there. We need to be producing more supplies and ammo all around, all around. So all of those defense contractors need to be like, first of all, at 100% capacity if they're not already. And they need to actually be producing more assembly lines and more capacity to actually be upping the capacity to produce more. So, yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts on this, but this is one thing where the budget for the defense contract, we spend like $850 billion a year on defense. That money needs to be going towards that. Some of it, obviously, right? Because wow, um, I mean, we've just gone through our reserves at like a record. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that a lot of the stuff that went to Ukraine was like old stuff. It was old reserves that like was just stuff that the U.S. military wasn't top-notch stuff. It was like that type of stuff. Send it to Ukraine, let them use it, and we're going to replace it with new stuff. But now it's like we need to be replacing it with new stuff. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments, different points of view. I'll link you to some of those videos you gotta see here, including what Russian State TV is saying here right now. If you haven't yet subscribed to this YouTube channel so you can hear some of this information that is not being covered anywhere else, it's completely free to do so. So click the subscribe button and the bell icon. New videos come out here every day on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, thanks for liking and sharing these videos. Helps our YouTube channel grow. Click here to see the video with the Russian State TV video. It shows it directly from Russia. Yeah, very good video there. Unbelievable. Also, you can click here to see what Russia is doing, training Russian children to be part of the war effort. That's a really good video here as well. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.